What's up, guys? This is a polar desert where you can get XP for your heroes. You hit Hall down here at the bottom. You can see all of them. I have them all unlocked. Items is where you'll find the fragments. I just go ahead and decompose all the blue. The stats and the XP growth is marginal. It's tiny compared to purple, especially gold, even when they're low level. Even though it's easy to grow the blue ones, they're not worth it at all. So I just decompose. Now, the problem you'll also run into is, which hero do I upgrade? There's limited siege, which is good because the siege isn't really that important. Matilda, I'm not impressed with. All it is siege health. Infantry defense is good, but then it's siege defense and then troop attack. Now you got to remember, the further the stage of the skill, the less stats you'll get as it upgrades. So you're going to want to pick officers that are going to be stronger in the first sets of skills that you're going to want. So that puts me with Hypatia. Now, siege attack and siege health. Great. The guards, the rams help shield from damage along with the siege. So it is good to have some siege health and some attack because they are helpful in attack. But anything that supports your infantry in every way, and troop attack is third stage on her. Now, that's when you go and you look at what the fourth skill would be, because you're thinking ahead at what your skills are going to be when they are at best, okay? Siege can throw stone bomb to the target and any damage up 9.29%. That'll increase as I increase the XP on this particular hero, but it's not a priority of mine. Joan of Arc would be my other pick because she's gold, but she has archer defense, which I use archers a lot, and siege defense, which works as the same kind of as health. Cavalry attack is great in a defensive aspect. The catapult can throw fireball to the target, which will explode if hit. In this condition, catapult damage up 8.58%, causing 12% burning damage to up to 5 random enemies near the target, while catapult damage is up 4.5% to cavalry. So her special skill is good for assaults on a castle. Strong against, defending troops, cavalry. So that's the siege. Now, let's go back here. We got to go back into the main castle and then over to our hero building. Click on it, and then you'll see a point. Here you'll see that you can only have one guard commander, which is infantry, one cavalry, which is going to be your horses, obviously, and no other horse hero have I been especially happy with what they offer. Here, you get archer attack with Genghis Khan. So, he's definitely worth it. Cavalry health, which is always helpful. Infantry defense, which is always great. And a higher cavalry attack. If you're going to have cavalry attack, why not take the highest? Cavalry attack, infantry defense, good. Cavalry health, good. Archer defense. So those are good help. But for cavalry attack, you're going to get substantially more using the gold. You would really have to enhance purple multi-stars. Adelaide, I don't like at all. Cavalry defense, infantry health, which is good because, you're going to keep your cavalry mostly at home. Infantry health, which helps. Then your cavalry attack and siege attack. But what does siege attack have to do with defending? Not as a priority. It does help, as all stats do, but not as a priority. Obviously, Alexander's going to be your best pick for archer. Adds your infantry health, which you're always going to have your infantry. Adds your archer health. And then siege attack, because when you're assaulting, it's good to have siege. So it's good to have that extra basis. Now, Eleanor's great. You have archer attack. Then you have infantry defense, archer defense, and then your siege or attack. So it is great. You have health with Alexander more than defense. So Alexander is the better officer or hero to choose for the archer. Archer health, Edward, sorry, is good, but more of as an assist. But Eric is better, and we'll get to that in just a second. Eric's already taken, so you don't see him in this list. Infantry health, archer attack is his third skill, so it's going to be lower, and then cavalry defense. It's just not a skill set that is appealing to me. All right, so you have your infantry, your cavalry, your archer, and your siege that you can pick from. I'm using Hypatia right now because she adds some attack, attack to all troops. All right, so then you go to your general. You can appoint any officer you want here. Now, I have trouble deciding whether do I put Caesar as my guard commander and add Mary here as opposed to Mary under the guard commander. Do I have Eleanor here? I've chosen for the moment Eric because I get substantial archer attack, archer health, cavalry health, which is still, it's good because you're going to have them, and then infantry health. So it covers all the bases. It substantially strengthens my archers. Sorry, my daughter's getting milk everywhere. Substantially strengthens my archers, and then it assists in strengthening my horses and infantry further. Those are the last of the skills, in the list there. So they're not going to be as high, but the ones that are going to be higher are very useful. So that's how I decide on how I go about appointing my officers. Or my heroes, sorry. With all that, what you're going to want to do is pay attention to your free recruit times, which I miss all the time, your probability. So you're going to want to choose based on those heroes that you will use for your... some people prefer infantry over archers. I prefer both infantry and archer. Infantry I like to support more as a front line. Attack comes along with that, and then archer attack on top. Now you can buy 9 of these for 1,800 and run this all day long when you have gold. You have to buy packs for these, and you don't get any free one for having 10. So every time you have any, you can just recruit by one. But if I have like 3 over here, instead of hitting recruit by one, I'll wait, or I'll use gold to top it off. Here, where you see probability times 3, after you've recruited so many and unlocked, you can pick and choose which hero you want to have a higher probability of spitting out your hero fragments. I've had Alexander for the longest time, and I think I'm going to go back to him because his probability is double, or is 0.2 more than Caesar. But I do need Caesar stronger so I can use him. So that's why I have that. Now, Mary's what I'm actually using as my infantry, and the reason I like her is because, here, I'll show you. It's because she has infantry attack, then also archer attack, then infantry defense, and then cavalry defense. So she's all around great for attack and defense. I'm not as pleased with the lineup for Caesar, but he has a high infantry attack, but then he's got cavalry defense as his second skill, which is great. It's good, but it's more of a defensive purpose. Then infantry health is third, which is awesome. Siege health, which is a good support for your guards. And then he has the guards are sheltered. 5.96% of guards in front will revive in the next round and return to the battlefield. So you lose less. So his skill will be great. Mary's skill, spearman attack and defense, is higher. So she's more of an attack for especially attacking cavalry. Because spearmen are they're not the guards, they're the infantry that attacks cavalry. Alright, now I haven't gone down that road to where I'm going to start selling the fragments, the purple fragments yet. I want to see what develops further. And I'm not in any huge rush. But make sure you are always collecting. It doesn't matter if it's been 5 minutes, because these can max out pretty fast depending on how high your hero is. But you always want to be using your stamina. You can hit that little search magnifying glass, and it'll take you automatically to something. And if I'm not impressed with what it took me to, I'll search around and see if I can, like 9,000 XP right there. Hitting purple and gold offers the same thing when it comes to the daily targets. Class A or above. So Class S is nothing, anything special. So I go with the higher XP. So every time I hit, I'm getting more XP. I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. I don't. If it's an easy target, I don't set up my formation. I'll just go with the auto, which it automatically chooses an even amount of your top 2 tiers. So if I hit plunder here, automatically it's an even amount on my top 2 tiers based off of my hero level. And I'll just march if I know I'm going to win. If it's a tough one, I'll rearrange. There's a good one right here. Now the power's very low. Obviously, it's not just because of the hero, but it's because of the troops that are under him. So the hero's only 23, and he's not even a 1-star yet. There's guys that have gold stars already, that have already filled up all the white stars and moved on to the next bracket. So there are some officers out there that are tough, or heroes out there that are tough to beat. I have beaten stronger heroes with adjusting my formation, but sometimes they just are unbeatable. Some of them are just way above my pay grade there. So that's how you're gonna choose your heroes, and how you're gonna grow them the most efficiently based off of what your preference is. So I'm just gonna go through the motions and find the most XP that I can get for my current stamina, and get my daily targets fulfilled best I can. There's a good one there. Now this is only 1-star. My Alex is 2-star, and he's only level 31. So I really don't have to try, especially his T8 and T7, and he's got a full spread of everything even. So he did the same thing that I'm automatically, he just clicked on it and then put out what it automatically formed for him. Now, you will see some experienced players with a strong hero, and not just that it's a strong hero, but they set up the formation to support the hero's skills. So those are the ones you got to watch for, that you got to take the time and adjust your formation. So I'm just running through real quick. I just achieved a daily target, but I'm staying on this guy real quick so I can just send, and then I'll go to my daily target here. So I just hit the second stage so I can go. You saw that I got a pink pack. You get them, or treasure box or whatever. You get them randomly too, based off what you attack. I decompose the blue ones because they're no use to me at all. Trying to get my Alex to 40. It'd be nice when I get him there. Now, sometimes these blues, they don't pay off for the daily target, but you can find some pretty high XP because, again, they're easy to upgrade. So there's 10,000 XP right there. Easy as shit to beat, but they don't add to your daily target after the first stage. Only, oh, sorry. This 2 stages. The first 2 stages, the blues will help you. But you can fill that up with 16 blues and not even have one down here in the 3rd or 4th. Alright, so you have to be looking for purples and golds. This guy's worth it, you know, close enough. Yeah, stop pushing my buttons. Oh, I'm out of stamina. So, with that, I will conclude this video on hero setup, growth, and effectiveness. Thanks for watching, guys.